The door opens slowly, without a sound that needs attention. As it opens, the air changes first. Before anything can be seen, the scent arrives. A faint trace of salt, carried gently on the night breeze, reaches you. Before the sea itself becomes visible, it is not a sharp smell. It does not announce itself. It simply exists, quiet and steady, like something that has always been there. The air outside feels different from the air you left behind. Indoors, the air was contained, shaped by walls and ceilings. Out here, the air feels wider. It moves without effort. It does not rush. It does not stay still either. It drifts slowly, brushing past your face and shoulders, carrying with it the subtle presence of the sea. You step forward without needing to decide to do so. The ground beneath your feet feels cool and firm. Each step lands softly, as though the night itself is absorbing the sound. There is no urgency in your movement. There is nowhere you need to reach. Being here is already enough. The sound of the sea does not arrive all at once. At first, it is only a suggestion, a low, distant rhythm that blends into the background of the night. It is not loud. It does not demand that you listen. It simply repeats over and over, steady and patient. As your eyes adjust, the outline of the shoreline becomes clearer. The sea stretches outward, dark and calm. The surface reflects very little light, but its presence is unmistakable. It is there, breathing slowly, rising and falling in a rhythm older than memory. The night air settles around you. It is neither cold nor warm. It holds a balanced stillness that allows your body to relax without instruction. Your shoulders lower slightly. Your breathing begins to slow, matching the gentle pace of the waves. Somewhere nearby, a single light remains on. It does not flicker. It does not shine brightly. It simply marks the presence of something human in this wide, quiet space. The rest of the surroundings remain dim, softened by darkness. You pause, not because you need to stop, but because there is no reason to continue. The moment stretches naturally. Time feels less defined here. Seconds do not press forward. Minutes do not announce themselves. Everything unfolds at the same unhurried pace. The scent of the sea grows slightly stronger, then fades again. It moves in gentle cycles, carried by the subtle shifts in the wind. Each breath brings a slightly different trace, but none of them require attention. Your body takes them in without effort. The sound of the waves remains constant. Not dramatic, not powerful. Just a repeated motion, like a slow and endless lullaby. Each wave reaches the shore, releases its energy, and withdraws quietly, making room for the next. You become aware of how still your body has become. Your weight feels evenly distributed. There is no tension asking to be released. What remains is a simple sense of being supported by the ground beneath you and the air around you. Your thoughts begin to lose their sharp edges. If an image appears, it drifts rather than settles. If a memory surfaces, it does not stay long. The rhythm of the sea smooths everything, rounding each thought until it dissolves on its own. The horizon blends into the sky. It becomes difficult to tell where one ends and the other begins. This lack of separation feels comforting. Boundaries soften. Distances lose meaning. Everything feels connected in a quiet, uncomplicated way. You notice the gentle sound of your own breathing. It is slow and even. Inhale, exhale. Each breath aligns naturally with the motion of the waves. There is nothing you need to control. The rhythm has already been set. The night continues to hold its shape. No sudden sounds appear. No unexpected movements draw your attention away. The world seems content to remain exactly as it is, allowing you to rest within it. If you choose to close your eyes, the sea does not disappear. Its presence remains, carried through sound and sensation rather than sight. Even without looking, you know it is there, steady and unchanging. Time passes gently. Or perhaps it simply pauses. It becomes difficult to tell. The distinction no longer matters. What matters is the sustained calm, the way everything remains in balance. The air continues to move softly around you. It touches your skin lightly, then moves on. It does not linger. It does not pull away completely. It stays in motion, just enough to remind you that the night is alive. Your body sinks further into stillness. Muscles release without conscious effort. The weight you carried earlier in the day no longer feels present. It has been absorbed by the ground, by the air, by the quiet rhythm of the sea. Nothing needs to happen next. There is no transition to prepare for, no conclusion waiting to arrive. This moment can extend as long as it wishes. The waves continue their gentle conversation with the shore. Each arrival is familiar. Each retreat is expected. The pattern does not change, and that consistency feels safe. Your awareness drifts lower, like something slowly settling at the bottom of calm water. Thoughts become rare. Sensations soften. The world feels distant but not disconnected. The sea remains, the night remains, and you remain here held quietly between them. If sleep comes, it will arrive. Naturally, carried on the same rhythm that moves the water and the air. If it does not, rest is still happening. Either way, nothing needs to be done. The door that opened earlier now feels far away. What remains is this wide open night, the steady scent of the sea, and the calm that continues to deepen moment by moment. The sea continues to breathe in its own time. Each wave arrives with the same quiet confidence, never rushing, never hesitating. Foam reaches the shore, spreads thinly, and then disappears without resistance. This repeated motion carries no message. It does not ask to be understood. It simply continues, and that continuation alone is enough to soften the mind. The night sky above the water holds no sharp stars. Clouds rest lightly, thinning the light and smoothing every edge. Nothing shines brightly enough to pull your attention upward. Your gaze remains low, settled, somewhere between the horizon and the gentle movement below. You notice how sound behaves here. It does not echo. It does not travel far. Each sound appears briefly and then dissolves into the larger quiet. Even the waves seem to absorb their own noise, leaving behind only rhythm. Your body responds without instruction. Breathing slows another degree. The pause between breaths grows slightly longer. Muscles that were once alert now rest in a neutral state, neither tense nor fully collapsed. This balance feels natural, as if your body has remembered something old. The scent of salt returns, then fades again. It arrives in layers, never strong enough to demand attention. Each breath carries a faint difference, but none require evaluation. The mind stops categorizing and allows sensation to pass freely. Time stretches further. The idea of before and after loses importance. There is only the steady present, repeating gently without progress or decline. This absence of direction feels safe. Nothing is expected next. Your awareness drifts lower still. Thoughts thin out, leaving space between them. In that space there is no urgency, no planning, no reflection. Only the slow exchange between sea and shore continues. The night holds everything in place. The water, the air, your stillness, all remain balanced. Nothing presses forward. Nothing pulls away. If sleep approaches, it will do so quietly without announcement. And if it does not, rest continues just the same. The sea does not change its rhythm either way. Here, nothing needs to be completed. Nothing needs to end. The moment remains open, wide, and calm. The sea breathes. The night holds. And you remain, resting within the rhythm. The rhythm slows further, almost beneath notice. Waves arrive with less distinction, blending into one continuous motion. The space between sounds widens until sound itself becomes optional. Your breathing follows unhurried, shallow, and soft, as if the body has chosen rest on its own. The night feels thicker now, not heavier, just deeper. Darkness gathers gently around the shoreline, smoothing every edge. The sea no longer needs to be watched or listened to. It continues without requiring awareness. Thoughts become rare. When one appears, it dissolves before taking shape. The mind no longer tries to follow anything. Attention lowers, settling somewhere quiet and steady. Your body remains supported, held by the ground and the air. Muscles rest completely. There is no need to adjust, no need to respond. Stillness feels natural, effortless. Time loses its outline. There is no sense of before or after. Only this calm continuity remains, extending softly without direction. If sleep arrives, it slips in unnoticed. If it does not, rest deepens all the same. Either way, nothing changes. The sea breathes, the night holds, and awareness drifts gently downward, easing into silence. Breathing becomes so light that it is barely noticeable. The pause between each breath stretches gently, unmeasured, uncounted. Air moves in and out on its own, quiet and sufficient. The body no longer holds itself upright. Support is complete. Weight settles downward, spreading evenly as if gravity itself has softened. Arms feel heavy in a comfortable way. Legs remain still. Even the smallest muscles release without instruction. Sound fades further into the distance. The sea is still there, but its rhythm blends into silence. It does not disappear. It simply no longer asks for attention. Thought pauses, then dissolves. Nothing needs to be followed. Nothing is expected. Time loosens. Rest deepens. The night remains. The sea remains, and you rest quietly.